And Mike did nothing. Doesn't even come to defend the girl.
Wow.
Did nothing. No public releases, nothing on Facebook, no Boss's Chair podcast, nothing. He just lets the honky tonk man shit all over Karen Q, a girl who was just on the Mae Young. So obviously this girl's got potential and other people see it. So how are you going to shit all over her, but then pat yourself on the back when Karen Q goes to the Mae Young? Pat yourself on the back like you had something to do with it.
It was the same. It was the same thing with Deanna. He's making this belief that he's creating superstars,
right?
When he just booked up. You know,
okay.
I'm not creating
First of all, Damian Adams. If anybody should be patting himself on the back, it should be him because his students were Karen Q and Deanna Purrazzo. So he should be the one patting himself on the back. But even he's not like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And Mike was also the same guy who posted, "Fuck Deanna Purrazzo. She ain't going nowhere. She'll never get to WWE. Now I see why Damian Adams dumped her."
Ah, wow.
But yet,
That's some dirtball.
Right, but yet when she signed with NXT, different story. All of a sudden he's patting himself on the back.
When he did nothing.
He did nothing. He had nothing to do with it. So they were in your tournament. Whoopie freaking do. So was Tessa Blanchard. You know, all those years ago. I mean, this is great. Like I said, support women's wrestling. You have all these women in this tournament. You had a great tournament. But they've wrestled all over the world before they wrestled with you. It's not like you plucked this girl out of the crowd and you trained her at a school you don't even have anymore because you lost all your students, and then you shit all over Monster Factory and their school because you lost your school. I mean, the stories are just are unbelievable of how much that this guy should just like shut up. It's just it's amazing. I mean, I have more, but I want to get to the second part of it's like a minute 53, second part of where he starts to get in and he starts shitting on Matt Tremont about how he runs his building and some of the fans on what they do. So we're going to listen to this right now. We're going to be back in 2 minutes.
I'm trying to figure. I'm honestly trying to figure out what company were you talking about.
Yeah. You going to go in the Battle Royal?
Well, the H2O, the H2O is, now, Tremont's running his promotion in there. Nothing wrong with that. And he's renting the building to other places. I mean, On Point, I guess, is in there, I guess. I haven't really seen or heard anything about them. I don't even know if they are running shows, but at least they have been running shows. But, now they're going to rent to a guy that was just a backyarder, you know what I mean, that was running shows outside. And people are congratulating the guy on his belt when he won. I mean, unbelievable.
Talking about, was it a Grim Toy show or something like that?
Nah, this guy's name is Anthony Armando, okay? And the funny thing is we get Tony Stetson, when we had the ECWA Pro Wrestling Academy, approached him and asked him if he wanted to train, because that's where Vinny Talada came from. And, the guy kept saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to sign up," but he never signed up. He probably thinks, I'm already trained because I'm doing it in the backyard, and he didn't want to pay. So now he's going to rent out indoor buildings and run backyard shows inside. That gives professional wrestling a bad name. And that's what makes it harder for the independent wrestling promotions, because fans see that garbage, and they may think, when they see an ECWA poster, they may say, I was at that show at that building, it was horrible, and it ain't us.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what I'm saying about that.
Okay, so we're back. So we listened to that second part, and first thing I want to get into is his comments about running a tryout and people paying to try out to work on indie shows. Okay, now there's multiple independent wrestling companies that are involved in this tryout. It's not just one company, so we'll throw that out there immediately. Okay, and then he said they claim that you have a not legitimate trainer. So I'm going to let you comment on that about how exactly this is working with these tryouts, who's training, and basically rebut what he's saying.
Yeah, so basically, the tryout was done before. We did it with CZW and Standalone and a bunch of other organizations, and we're ready to do the second year. We have 8 organizations. We have a school that's going to be announced that's going to help out. And, in my place, since, like I talked about, ring work and psychology is my weakness, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I just brought in Sean Donovan from WrestlePro, who's very involved in the school himself. And, he's going to sit in my spot for Standalone. And this is not only, we're marketing it as a tryout, but it's not just a tryout, it's a camp, too. We're going to teach you psychology, on-screen behavior and behavior, behind the scenes, and how to do some simple drills and stuff like that. We're going to go through drill work, and we're going to run small matches, and you're going to get feedback and critique, and we're bringing in 8 organizations so far for this camp, so it's a great opportunity for everybody. And, one of the guys is from Ring of Honor, from PWE. He's a Ring of Honor guy. So you're going to be working in front of a guy who's spent years at Ring of Honor, and he's going to be able to critique you and tell you what Ring of Honor is looking for or what they expect. And Chris Danks is an extra at Ring of Honor now, and he's been involved in Warrior Wrestling and other organizations. And, so he's a guy who understands the business as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't think there's anything to knock about it. It's $35.
Mm-hmm. It's
cheap. It's 8 hours. You're getting fed lunch. So that's coming out of that $35. And 5 people have an opportunity to work that night show. So I don't see how you can knock any. It's an investment in yourself. I don't see how anybody can knock that. It's the same as him having a school. And then on his school nights, he's not paying his students, but he's collecting money. So again, I'm investing in people, and he's taking advantage of people. So I don't get how there's a disconnect there.
Well, like I said, everybody's got their opinions on it. I stay neutral to that stuff. I'm not involved in the schools. I bring in talent every once in a while. They conduct seminars and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And people will say, well, how come, not a seminar? How come a tryout? My look on that, seminars is more of a listening type class where
mm-hmm.
the talent stands in the ring, talks a lot, gives you some advice, gives you the difference between then and now, might bring someone in the ring to kind of show everybody in that group of why certain things are done each way. Whether it's camera angles or the way they grab people, so they're always on the hard cam, whatever the case may be. What you're doing is an actual physical camp. So these guys are actually going to work out and do things in the ring.
Definitely, yeah.
So there's a difference. So I don't understand what his problem is with that. Again, it could boil down to, like you said before, it could be jealousy. He no longer has a school. His roster is pretty much diluted. I even just had somebody message me now who lives in South Jersey and never seen an ECWA poster in his life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I said. A lot of the problems with his product is he's not marketing. So again, he used this excuse that he's now working at Fruity Juice and Showboat, his other business. So maybe he needs to make a decision. Do I concentrate on Fruity Juice or do I concentrate on ECWA? He's talking about 2 businesses. So I run a business, and then I run 2 wrestling promotions. He's running a Fruity Juice shop. I assume he has a job outside of Fruity Juice, and then he has ECWA. So again, everything he's saying, he's guilty of, or he's not delivering correctly.
Well, what I don't understand is his the way he said it. He was like, I didn't run this summer because I'm running a legitimate business.
Uh-huh.
Compared to, I guess, is he saying that none of the ventures you're doing is legitimate?
Yes. that is. I wish he was on so we could find that out.
And to let everybody know, Mike Tartaglia, the owner of ECWA, was asked to come on the show. I messaged him privately on Facebook. He read the messages, chose not to answer me. Sent him a second one, chose not to answer me. Tagged him in a couple of posts, said we'll have a civil conversation. It doesn't have to get dramatic. Nobody has to fight with each other. Just say what you got to say. Listen to the other guy while he says, and everybody goes on their merry little way. But, no answer. Nothing. So, obviously, he wanted to say what he had to say, and he doesn't want to hear anything in return, which, he's going to hear everything in return, but he didn't want to come on. He didn't want to take the heat, because he probably doesn't want anybody to know about stupid crap that he does, like on his website that finally is back up and running because it was down for a while. So we won't even get into that.
That's a huge problem too. We have a show on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
His main source is not Eventbrite; it's through his website, and his website was down. the week of the show, your website is down. Imagine that Boardwalk Beatdown. No vendors could have sales the week of the event because my website was down.
Right.
Imagine that.
I know that would suck. I mean, that would be awful. He had a gentleman named Christopher Abrams. This was posted November 15, 2016. Wishing eternal peace for our friend and brother Christopher Abrams, who passed away in October. Chris was widely regarded by virtually everyone in the ECWA family for his hard work, thoughtfulness, dedication, and support for the company. He also repaired their ring and things like that when it broke, and he did like a little bit of everything. So, per matchmaker Joe Zanoli, ECWA's annual fan appreciation show in August is now renamed the Christopher Abrams Memorial Show. Please join us on December 3rd. Toys for Tots for a 10-bell salute for our fallen friend. Great. I mean, this is heartfelt. It's awesome. They ran that December thing, 10-bell salute. But here's the problem. They never did this again after that. There was never a fan a Christopher Abrams Memorial Show after this.
Wow.
So now it's 2017 and 2018 has come and go. No second and no third Christopher Abrams Memorial Show.
Wow, that's interesting.
So, stupid stuff like that, fans, pay attention to. Also, having on your website still that Teddy Hart will be at your June 16th, 2018 show. Why is it still there? You didn't even have the show.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they messaged me that the website is back up and it's refreshed. And that's the same comment I sent to them. I said, your website's refreshed. I said, Teddy Hart's the main picture on the website.
Right.
Not your next show. Teddy Hart. So serious, the business was mismanagement.
So, I mean, again, you can't shit on people when you have a ton of problems of your own. And it gets into this next part where he pretty much, and I spoke to Matt Tremont. He didn't want to comment entirely. He didn't want to get involved in it, which I understand. Matt Tremont is a really great guy. Anybody who's ever had workings with Matt Tremont, he's the nicest guy in the world. He'll do anything for this business, and he has. But why? He's the type of guy that you don't want to piss off. He's got a lot of influence in this industry. He can ruin you. So why would you take pot shots and question how Matt does business? Why would you question what he runs, what he doesn't run, and what you think he should or should not run in his building? So there was a bunch of fans that decided they wanted to, and it was, I think, suggested. I mean, it might not have been suggested by Matt, but Matt was in full support of it and was there. That a bunch of fans, wrestling fans, decided that they wanted to run like a fan battle royal. And he rented them the ring, and he rented them the building, and it was a closed event. It was a private event. Tickets weren't sold to it. It wasn't, pre-sale. It was a group of friends, their girlfriends, their wives, whatever the case may be. It was a closed